Hello, my name is Carolina. This is Carolina's Closet, and today we'll be doing some basic t-shirts. Cause it's my first video, we gotta start somewhere. Come on, let's do this. Okay, so hi, welcome here. Today we'll be doing some basic t-shirts. I feel like with this channel, I really want to build a wardrobe, build some nice pieces to wear, and I want to show you guys how to do it. I want to have a tutorial and show you guys how I'm doing it, and hopefully you guys can do too. You guys can follow what I'm doing and build your own wardrobe as well. I have three color fabrics, so I hope to make a few t-shirts because I feel like they are the basis of a wardrobe, and I have 0 black t-shirts. I have a couple of white t-shirts, but they all have prints on them, and sometimes I just want to wear basic ones. I have one white t-shirt, and I use it for the gym, so and yeah, I want to make some t-shirts. Okay, so these are my fabrics that I chose. I have this white one is a cotton jersey, just a basic what you would usually use for a t-shirt, and the other ones are a poly viscose blend. Is kind of more of a cold knit. I don't know how to say that. It's not what I wanted. I wanted the cotton one for all of them, but they didn't have it. They only had it in white, so this is what I got, and they're all knit. So yeah, this is me just doing my pattern. I'm basically getting this t-shirt that I have. It's a t-shirt that fits me very well, and I'm using it to trace my pattern. So I'm basically folding it in half and just using that half as a straight line. It's gonna be the fold of the fabric of the pattern, and I'm tracing it around the sides. And here on the sleeve, to trace the sleeve hole, what I do is I put my finger on the stitch and I lift the t-shirt, the sleeve, and trace around the sleeve hole. And yeah, just me doing it quite in detail, but you basically just put your finger on the seam and trace around it, so you can tell, you can mark right the sleeve hole. And I did pretty much the same thing for the neck bit, and this is me just doing the other side. I do pretty much the same thing, just with the back. So the first time you've traced the front, and then the next time you trace the back, so you have half and half. And this is me just showing how I am making my lines better with this ruler, but you don't really need to do that. You can just kind of enforce your lines. You don't have to use the ruler to do that. I'm just kind of annoying with that. I just want to point out the fact that I do not speak in inches and feet and yard. I simply do not understand that. It doesn't make sense to me. I might try to learn it if I need to, but at the moment I really don't. So this is a little graph. It has the information that you need to calculate whatever you need to calculate. I'm going to leave this somewhere in the screen, and it's going to stay there permanently if you're actually using this video as a tutorial. But yeah, I don't know if you can tell, but it's much later, and that's because I went for lunch. I ate some wraps, and a bunch of things happened. There was a lot of noise around, and I couldn't film, and now I'm back. Next, I'm making the sleeve, and for the sleeve I will be making a pattern from scratch, and I'll teach you guys how to do it right now. But I'm doing that because it's actually quite hard to trace exactly a sleeve, because the sleeve is this shape. This is the shape of a sleeve, and this is how it's when you attach it, and it's hard to trace this to look like this. You can do it. It's not gonna be perfect, but knits have the advantage of like, it's okay to not have a perfect pattern for knits. You can kind of overall just go with it because knits are stretchy and you know whatnot. But I have this dream of like making a perfect sleeve. It has never happened yet. It might happen soon, maybe today, probably not. I am sorry for cutting myself off. I was being annoying. So this is me gathering the measurements that you need to do the sleeve. So first you measure the front and the back separately, and you should use your measuring tape like this on the side, so it's better, like it's easier, it's more accurate. Now for the sleeve, straight line up, and it should be the length, like the overall length that you want your sleeve to be in. Now just do this marking in a 90-degree angle, and you should mark 1 and 2 just for ease. Now number 3 is a 14 centimeter kind of measurement. You do a straight line from 3, like based on the marking number 3, and now you should do a diagonal line from 1 till that line with half of the total sleeve measurement. So you measure the front, the back, you sum them, and then you divide them exactly, and this should be like the length of this diagonal line. And you divide this diagonal line by 3 parts exactly. Now you should mark number 5, 6, 7, and 8 in those like markings that you did. This is what I'm doing now, and we're doing like the front and the back like together. So from 5 down you mark 0.8 centimeters. From number 6 up you will mark 1.2 centimeters. Yeah, and then from 7 up you will mark 1.8, and this is me just drawing a ruler just to show you should like have it resting on the diagonal line up, so it's like a 90-degree angle from the diagonal line. And the 8, just leave it like that. And this is me measuring like the end of the sleeve. It should be like half of the overall circular shape that you want the sleeve to be, and it's just me tracing it around. So this is the overall shape. You use those markings that you did to mark that sleeve that you did, and this should be the end result. And now let's just mark our seam allowance. I mark usually 1 centimeter, just do whatever feels best to you, and marking and cutting it. And yay, that's it for now. Cutting scissors, not fabric scissors. Do not cut paper with fabric scissors. That's bad. Have 2 scissors. That's very important, because otherwise you will make your fabric scissors suck, and that's not what we want. We want good fabric scissors that last for a very long time. So paper scissors for patterns. And now for a very pretty cinematic shot of me laying my fabric down, because I thought it was really cool, very cinematic, and now I just don't want to waste the footage. I hope you like this. Just a little thing for cutting the fabric. Don't fold your fabric in half, especially if you have a lot like me. Just fold the amount you need for the pattern that you did. For this pattern we're using the fold, so we're folding the fabric and putting the pattern on the fold. And yeah, just cutting it. This is me. I'm letting my patterns on my fabric with pins because I don't have weights, but you should do this with weights. And yeah, just this is me cutting it. I hope you enjoy. Yes, I do have a table just folded in my room. You might be asking, why did I do all of my pattern making and cutting on the floor, ruining my back? And the answer is, it's better for filming. So I do have another locker, and that's where I will be sewing the pieces, because I want to make multiple. But you don't need one of these. You can use a normal like home sewing machine. Just use the zigzag stitch. I will also be using this machine to, I'm so tired. I'm going to be using this machine to use the double needle to hem my pieces, because I think it just has like a beautiful look. And for this, you just have to buy a double needle, and you just thread your machine as usual and use the single stitch, like the straight stitch. And that's how you use a double needle, and that's amazing for hemming knits. And now I will be assembling the t-shirt. Yay for construction time. So these are the pattern pieces that you have, like the fabric that you have. And first things first, we are joining in the shoulders. So right sides together, just sew the shoulders together. Front with back, front with back. And now we are adding the sleeves. So I like to mark the center first, and then I just go to the sides. Just like go all the way around from the middle. Like middle, and then side to middle, side to middle. And it's just me in front of what I was trying to show you guys. I don't know why I did that. Yeah. And then after you do this, you sew this. And you just grab it from the sides like this. And yay. So like you're I'm very bad at explaining. So now you're just gonna do like a straight like stitch from the sleeve all the way down. So like this, you don't have to like attach your sleeve in a circle. You just can attach it like that, and that makes it easier. And this is me sewing it. So from the sleeve all the way down to the bottom. Yay. Happy. This is very happy. This should be like your finalish your finalish t-shirt. This is like the overall shape, and now just we need the finishing. So first I'm hemming it. So for the hemming, fold it once, fold it twice. You should really iron this. I didn't iron this one that I was sewing, but I ironed all the ones that I did after this, and it was great. So ironing is what you should do now. Iron that seam, like just fold it once, iron it, fold it twice, iron it, and then kind of just place a couple of pins. And this is me doing it also with the double needle. I forgot to tell that. This is the double needle in action. So it's working like a normal needle. You just have to thread it as usual. You use one bobbin and 2 threads to thread each needle in the double needle, and I just use a straight stitch. Yeah, and this is the double needle in action in the normal sewing machine. Yay. Final circle. Yay. And this is me showing it to you. Yeah. And this is the neck bit that I should have done before. Oh, actually, no, I'm doing the sleeve. I don't know what I'm doing. I think I need to show you guys how I did the neck bit that I did before. Like I showed you guys it done, and now I'm going back on it because I didn't show how to do it. So basically, you cut a strap that's like the size of like the neck bit around, and it should be like the length should be like double of what you need plus 2 centimeters for the seam allowance, and then you fold it in half and you pin it around the neck bit. That was a shitty explanation. I really don't know how to explain that better. I really need to work on that. And then you just kind of sew it with like, yeah, I'm sorry. I made it. Oh my god. I think it looks so nice. This is the finished first one. Yes, the sleeves are gigantic. I was like, I'll just make it bigger, and if it's too big, I'll cut it off. But I actually like this like 3/4 length, and I'll do the next one smaller because I don't need more than one t-shirt with this like this big of a sleeve. But yeah, I like how it. Okay, final voiceover because apparently I'm really bad at it. So this is me making this pattern bulkier and a little bit larger without having to redo the pattern. I'm basically straightening the line of the side seam so it's not that curve, it's a straight line, and I'm placing the pattern away from the fold line so it gains a little bit of like width in the fabric. It gets wider, but I don't change the sleeve pattern or like the sleeve hole or anything. I don't have to remake the whole pattern. And this is like a little cheat pattern making. It's not like actual good grading of a pattern, but I don't know, it's just for like myself, so it's fine. And this is me doing kind of the same thing for this beige fabric, and I'm placing it a lot away from the fold, and also I'm making it much longer, and I'm going from like a straight line all the way from the end of the sleeve hole all the way down in a straight diagonal line, so it gets a little bit bigger so it fits my hip, and it's long, so it's basically like a t-shirt dress, and it's very long. And yeah, this is it. This is me doing that because I didn't want like all the same t-shirts for all of these fabrics. Yeah. Yay. Now let's show you guys all of where I kind of do a little lookbook, lots of frames of me wearing a bunch of different clothing with my t-shirts. That's there are a few problems with this, train of thought. First of all, I think this video is gigantic, so I might need to just end it. That's the first. The second one is I do not own a lot of the things that I would like to style with my t-shirts, hence the channel Carolina's Closet is where I slowly but surely make DIY my whole wardrobe. I do have clothing, like I have things that I could style with my t-shirts, but a lot of things that I wish I could style with my t-shirts I don't yet own, but I might in a few months, especially if this channel does work out. That'll be great. Third, I have like a good understanding of like how to dress up, but I'm also still learning. I think the art of dressing up is an art in itself. I'm good in making the things, but styling I'm learning. I'm getting better each day on like how to style. Like for instance, a few years ago I was like bragging about not accessorizing. I was like, I barely use any accessories, as if that was kind of some sort of like a flex. It's not, because like accessories make a look. So yeah, I'm like grasping the styling part, and I'm saying that because I don't know if my lookbook would give that much of an inspiration to you. So it's a t-shirt. You wear it however you desire. You layer it up, layer it down. do whatever you must. But it's a good basics to have, basic piece to have in your wardrobe. That's it, really. Those are the 3 reasons why you're seeing me talk instead of seeing a lookbook. You might be wondering, before I head to the outro, because that's the next bit, why did I make 7 t-shirts? And the answer to that is, really, I do not own simple t-shirts. I did not own any black t-shirts until now. Now I do own 3. But also, I'm planning on doing a little video where I kind of spice up these t-shirts, do some designs that can inspire you to spice up some t-shirts that you already own in your closet and you don't wear them too much, because you might not like them simple. So I'll just show you, give you some ideas on how to do that. So that's why I have a lot of t-shirts now. And that's it. Now, outro. So this is the end of the video. If you made it to here, thank you very much for spending your time here, and I hope you learned something. I hope you learned how to make a little t-shirt. If you make one, please tag me on Instagram. Here's my socials. And yeah, this was my first video, as I might have mentioned. So, consider giving me a subscribe and a like, and commenting if you liked it, if you disliked it. If there are some things that you liked and some things you disliked, please comment below. I would love to hear some feedback if you have the time. And yeah, thank you very much for coming here. I'll see you guys in the next video with some spicing up of these t-shirts that I made today. Actually, that I made this week. But yeah, stay tuned for the next video, and thank you very much for coming and staying. Bye bye.